technical glitch during New Year. Okay, no worries. Okay, just a bit of introduction of myself. Okay, my name is Raymond Wong. I'm always have the privilege to share my 2 cents on TV and also on Sunday Times, just to educate the public in terms of wealth planning, how to achieve financial independence. So I've been into this industry and also my former life in the finance industry, altogether about 26 to 27 years. So still very passionate in what I'm doing and helping close to 800 to 900 clients walking this financial journey with them. I'm also a chartered accountant in training and privileged to be the top 5% advisor worldwide, and also a professional estate planner, helping clients to plan ahead as well as a comprehensive financial planning. Okay, this was before the COVID. I was invited by many organizations as well to share my 2 cents, even including LTA and NUS, the list goes on. Now during COVID, obviously we can't, but we can do what we call, like what we are doing right now, called webinar at the comfort of at your home. So you can even not to miss out all these exciting topics. Right, okay, just some of my TV session, newspaper articles. Right, okay, so I have many value clients. They do find value in me. After meeting me, they felt more confident. So to them, I'm like a financial doctor. I will not tell them what is the best prescription out there, but rather understand their needs, what's their financial goal, and then I'll give them the right prescription. So it's like a navigator guiding them to where they like to be. So yeah, many senior management, top professionals, after meeting me, they felt more confident. They understand exactly how to go ahead based on my blueprint to them to retire early, retire happy, grow their wealth, and even preserve their income. Right, okay, I come from this company called IPP. IPP is one of the largest financial advisory firm and oldest since 1983. We are located in Shenton Way, and biggest in terms of size, we are about 1.5 billion asset under our care, about 600 advisors and backroom staff, altogether about 60 over 1,000 clients that we are servicing. Right, okay, so you may ask, how are we different from the bankers out there? How are we different from the insurance company or agents out there? Okay, so it's very simple. It's a bit like you want to buy a laptop. You can go to IT Fair, you have any brands that you like, any brand which is good, doesn't matter. Can be Apple, Toshiba, Acer, the list goes on. Compared to if you walk into Acer, Toshiba, with due respect, there's only one brand and one company. And we may know one company may not be best in everything. So basically, we have many good counterparts and partners, including FWD, Aviva, NTUC, AIA. All the big boys, the list goes on. In terms of fund investment, we are close to about 1,000 funds, spoiled with choices, including top funds like Fundsmith, UOB, Schroeder, First State, and so on. And many banks are our counterpart as well in terms of financing and mortgages, right? So we can find the best rate, best mortgage protection and refinancing packages as well for our clients, right? So at one stop point at IPP, we are together with our client. We are always at our client sites. We can work as a one-stop point. We can work with all the counterparts, as I shared. So our clients or potential clients need not shop all over the place. Number one, you no need to waste too many times visiting RM 123 or agent 123. Number two, end of the day, because it's a financial jargon jungle out there, you may end up more confused by having so many own research. So in IPP, under one stop point, we can do all the research for you, and more importantly, to carve out and customize a blueprint for you so that you can achieve financial independence. End of the day, that's the end game, right? So it's never about selling. It's always about helping our clients to make a useful financial decision, right? Okay, so okay, what is an important concern when we talk about financial planning? Yes, retirement is definitely one of the biggest concern nowadays, one of the hot topic. Okay, why is that so? Okay, as you can see, average lifespan for guys about 82 years, female about 85 years. So basically, in which 30% of guys that reach 82 years may even go beyond 82 And ladies, good news, 40% that once reaches 85 can even go to 80, beyond that 90 and so on. Okay, so that's the good news, but not so good news. As we live longer, are we living healthily? Number one. Also, are we having enough sufficient resources to take care of us the day we stop work? It's like driving on the road, your fuel, how do we ensure our petrol, our fuel will never run dry? Even the day we stop work, we can enjoy more. And end of the day, we can enjoy financial independence and financial freedom. Okay, statistics show, as shown in this graph, basically most of the people, including Asia, like Singapore, Hong Kong, Malaysia, and so on, they felt their resources can last throughout the retirement years, the next 20 years or so. But in the real world, actually, the nest egg can only last midpoint. So let's say Singapore, probably we felt that we can have enough nest egg to last easily 17 years or more, but the resources can only last halfway. So that's a reality check in that sense. So what happened to the rest of the golden years? So that can be one biggest concern. If we don't start planning now, start growing our money now, future we may not have enough even the day we stop work, right? Okay, so why people like to retire? Why is everybody looking forward to retire happy one fine day? Reason being they have more time to spend with their friends and family, which they may not have opportunity to do so while they're still working, busy working. And probably they like to take up some hobbies and go for holidays. When the whole COVID situation over, most people can fly again or able to go to more countries by then. Because every day is a Saturday, every day is a holiday. So they would like to make full use of what they have accumulated and what have they planned, and so that can enjoy more for the rest of golden years. But concerns will be 70% will be worried as we age. Most likely the health will also go down. So do we have enough health care or enough medical plan or other resources to take care of us? And rising costs in Singapore as is a very real situation in which we are one of the highest living cost country in the world, apart from Hong Kong and Switzerland. Okay, so do we have enough resources to overcome all these expenses and to provide for all our other expenses? Doesn't mean the day we retire, stop work, we do not have to spend anymore. Yeah, but in fact, the bill still goes on. And how are we going to take care of that? Right. And in the recent survey, we found out that about 30%, only 30% has done enough financial planning, but remainder 70% has not done sufficient planning. So that can be quite a big concern, out of which 37% live day by day. So let nature take its course. So in real life, it doesn't work that way. So unlikely government can help everybody unless we are the top or the bottom 10% financially in needs people. Otherwise, most have to take care of ourselves. So how can we go about doing that? Okay, so when we talk about financial planning, including retirement, including protecting our income and so on, there's three simple scenarios that will happen to all of us. Okay, scenario one is what if we survive, like what we just gone through earlier. Do we have enough to take care of our retirement? So assuming we need 3,000 a month, 20 years, let's say future value of 5,000, that means we need about close to 1.2 million, right? Okay, so do we have enough income to take care of us the day we stop work? And second scenario, what if the person cannot survive? Sometimes the husband, let's say a couple, sometimes it's a wife, sometimes husband and wife go out and never come back. So what happened to their loved ones? And if one of the couple, let's say husband or wife, not able to work, or something happened, means 50% of salary loss or income loss to the household. So that can be a big concern. And at times, third scenario, sometimes we are still surviving but not well, because major illness can creep in. 1 in 3 may even get cancer, stroke, heart attack, and so on. So if that happens, do we have enough resources to take care of the rest of our years, which we can actually to replace our income? Okay, so to replace our income, if we are perfectly healthy, but to retire happy. Secondly, to replace our income if we are not well or cannot survive due to COVID or whatsoever reason. All right. Okay, so talking about first scenario, do we have enough to take care of us the day we stop work for future retirement? So there's no lifetime employment, so to speak. Do you want to work until 60, 65, 70, 80, or even 90? But not all of us are like LKY or Dr. M. They can work 90 or even beyond. So at point in time, we may have to stop work. So we need to rely on our passive income beside the active income while we are still working, so that you can enjoy more and less worry for the future. Right. So talking about the first scenario, as in what if we survive and perfectly healthy? Okay, do we have enough for retirement? Okay, so big four factors that impacting financial independence. Okay, what would be your retirement age? How much paycheck would you like to have every month the day you stop work? Okay, and number of years that nest egg can last, and not to neglect that this thing called inflation rate. Later I'll show you how does inflation rate can really eat into all your money and all your assets. Okay, so okay, one simple question, guys. Let's be a bit interactive here. Okay, how much do you need the day you retire or you like to enjoy your financial independence? Okay, let's say at age 65, if you were to retire, how much do you need? Okay, very quickly, maybe you can help me out, guys. You have to type in the chat box. How much do you need to retire? Okay, anyone? Okay, 2,000 a month enough for you guys the day you stop work, or 3,000, or even 4,000 or 5,000. Okay, thanks, Will. 2005. Kuma, 3K is enough for you. Okay, great. Okay, but bear in mind, 3K now may not be 3K 20 years down the road. Okay, very good. Okay, so average about 2005 to 3K. Okay, based on the feedback. Right, okay, we shall see. Okay, let's say using this example, I'm not sure what's the average age group of this audience. Maybe I take it as 40 to 45, in the 40s, let's say. Okay, let's say if you need like what Kumar need 3K, or maybe Will 2005, it's close to 3K. Okay, say 3K now, 20 years down the road, 3K with the inflation, let's say average inflation, the last 30 years about 2.5%. Okay. But last month is a shocking, whooping high, all-time high inflation rate, registered about 4%. So can you imagine you putting everything in the normal savings account, earning you probably 0.1%? Technically, you're having negative 4% without realizing that money is eroding each day. Okay, so definitely when we say we want to make our money work harder, there's a lot of truth in there, so that your money will not get smaller and smaller. Okay, back to, let's say, 3K per month today. Okay, at retire at 65, based on inflation rate of 2.5%, assuming all your assets can overcome at least the inflation, 2.5%, which means to last you easily 20 years, you will need about 1.2 million. Okay. Wow, that sounds like whooping figures. I'm not sure, maybe some of you have 1.2 million on hand. So probably you can retire today or tomorrow. But not many of us have that sum of money that you can retire tomorrow. Okay, unless you strike Toto. That's a joke aside. Right. Okay. But when we talk about financial independence, you probably need to achieve a lump sum the day we retire, let's say in 65. And ideally have a fully paid home, so no more big mortgages, no more debt by then. So you have to, so you'll be debt free by then, in that sense, and can enjoy more for your future financial independence. That is the definition of financial independence, right? Okay, work because you choose to work, not having to work. Okay, right, and basically, okay, I'll move on. Okay, this Friday, well, okay, right. Okay, Thanks for your sharing, Will. Yeah, I wish you all the best, but chances are, with due respect, I think to win the Toto is probably slimmer than to get a COVID lah. That's a joke aside. So anyway, that will be extra for you if you ever win for us, but good to plan ahead so you do not have to rely on windfall and other resources lah. Or you can have both if that happens one day. Okay, so talking about first scenario, if that was the earlier scenario, if everything goes well, is it enough to retire? And second and third scenario is what if you are not well, and what if the person cannot survive? What happened to your future income? Yeah, let's say the person earning 100K a year, can be 50K, 100K. If you work for next 10 years, easily you'll generate 1 million or 500,000. But what if you cannot survive? What if you fall sick due to major illness like very common cancer, stroke, heart attack, and even now COVID can even cause death as well. And what if that happens? All right. Okay. So a very common, a very typical illness that occur every day is cancer. No doubt about it. So through the claim here, you can see close to about 3/4 of the claim is due to cancer, followed by heart attack, stroke, and even kidney failure lah. So these are the common one. 3 of my good clients got cancer last year, unfortunately, and they look perfectly healthy to me. Some of them, they even go to gym. Some of them, they play tennis regularly. All are high flyers as well, doing well. And the other one, unfortunately, passed on due to cancer. So one of the directors as well. So I mean, this sad, but of course, all of us, we like to live healthily until 80 or 90 or even beyond. But any one of us can fall sick unless we are Superman or Super Avenger. But if that happens, do we have a backup plan to take care of us? Okay, so you may ask, what the common, in that case, what is the common protection plan that can take care of you the day you fall sick or anything happen? Okay, so no matter how insurance company package it, just to share, there are 5 types of common protection plans. Okay, I'll go through very quickly. Hospital plan, which is a shield plan to take care of big hospital bill. Okay, you can go to private government hospital. Term or whole life plan. This is to take care of your income if you are not well or if you cannot survive, right? That will be, if you are not well, it's critical illness. Typically, a guideline is to have at least 5 times your income. 5 times our income. Let's say earning 50K, 5 times will be 250. For life protection, 10 times, which means 50K times 10, about 500,000. Right. Okay, just like no rocket science, why doctor recommend us to drink 8 glasses of water a day. So similarly, good to have 5 to 10 times of your income protection. Those can afford to have more and like to be more prudent by all means. Yeah, but no need to be over-insured, but at least enough to take care of your lifestyle for the rest of the years. If any prematurely happen, as a backup plan, because the frightening part, we do not know when will this happen. Right. Okay. Apart from the 3 plans, there's disability plan to take care of your income in the event, let's say if you are an IT expert, but along the line, you can't be an IT expert anymore due to sickness, due to stroke, or due to whatever reason. So at least you can maintain part of the income. Yeah, let's say 3,000 or let's say 3/4 of your income, so that your pay cut or your loss of income is not so huge. And this can be in the form of cash shield, elder shield indirectly as well as a disability income using your Medisave to upgrade. Okay, that helps to some extent as well. And last but not least, accident for those that not severe enough to go to maybe hospital, but at least can take care of your outpatient accident bills as well. Right. Okay. So through study, we find there's a big gap, a huge gap over here. So basically the needs, let's say based on the income of 60 to 75K, average income through the Straits Times not long ago. Let's say based on 5 years income, if the person falls sick, ideally is close to about 350K. And 10 years income could be close to 750K or 700K. Okay, but most people only protected if they fall sick, maybe about 1 year of income. And if they pass on, maybe 5 to 6 years of income. So there's a gap, protection gap here. So may not be sufficient to take care of you and your loved ones if anything happened prematurely. because frightening part, we do not know uncontrollable event. When will this happen? So if it does, when you need it, you have it, and you have less worry for you and your loved ones, right? Okay, so talking about retirement, early on, we have this thing that inflation that I mentioned. How does this eat into your hard-earned savings, your hard-earned money? Okay, very simple illustration. A cup of normal coffee at a coffee shop nowadays probably costs you 160 to 180 at a normal simple coffee shop. If you're not talking about Starbucks coffee beans, that probably costs you to 3 to 4 times more, maybe $6 to $8, right? Okay, I imagine 50 years ago, same cup of coffee is only 25 cents. Wow, that's like effectively about 6 times in terms of growth. So this is to a negative sense in the way that because your money will get eroded and smaller. You definitely need more money, but the same cup of coffee that you can buy. So in that sense, this will erode all your savings. And to show you in the form of numbers, let's say I have $1 today, 20 years down the road. Okay, based on inflation, 3%, let's say average 3%. My $1 will become 55 cents, so drop by half in the value. If we follow last month all-time high 4%, it's probably below half. So even when we say putting everything in the bank, no doubt about it, very safe, but there's a risk involved as well. That's in the inflation. I will call inflation a silent killer. So many people may not be aware, but it's with us, even if we don't do anything. Yeah, so the money will get smaller and smaller. So when we talk about asset allocation in terms of financial planning, it's just like a very simple soccer game. Okay, so most of us, I'm sure you all watch soccer, right? Right. Okay, let's say most of us, if you want to grow our money, we can put 11 strikers, 11 Ronaldo or 11 Lionel Messi. However, you may able to have a lot of strikers to score goal, but if there's no goalkeeper, no defenders, we'll also be in trouble. Similarly, we cannot be too conservative, too prudent, and have 11 goalkeepers. Then the person or the team will never win the game. Right. Okay. Similarly, in financial planning, very similar. It's good to allocate our asset accordingly. So money that you need for your rainy days, maybe 3 to 6 months, you need to withdraw from your ATM, put in the bank, something very liquid for your emergency funds, 3 to 6 months, or a bit more if you want, a bit more prudent, let's say 9 months or to 12 months. All right. Okay. Beyond that, definitely good to make our money harder. As you can see, all this is below inflation. It's more for liquidity. To grow your money, there's many ways. You can go through a safe mode like a savings plan, retirement plan, or can go through the mode of potentially higher gain like investment over mid to long term. Some may put in properties, or some can have their own business, but all these people are probably more savvy, and property may not be as attractive as before because of stamp duty that can eat into your capital by easily 20%. And even finding the rental yield is no longer as attractive as before. So there's many tools and instruments out there that can help you to allocate your assets. Right. Okay. So to illustrate, I mean, how to grow your money, how to double up the money. This is a simple formula that invented by Einstein, the genius. Okay, very simple. Let's say, imagine I have 10,000 today. If I want to double up to 20,000, how long it will take? Okay. Let's say an instrument that give me 2% in return, right? Okay, you'll take me 72 divided by the return, 36 years to double up from 10K to 20K. Okay, what if I put in fixed D, 1% or even less than 1%? Not talking about normal savings account, 0.05. Okay, let's say even 1%, it take me 72 years to double up 10K to 20K. Which means the person can only retire maybe 100 years or more. So not all of us are centurion can wait that long. So good to definitely work money harder so you can retire early or achieve financial independence much earlier. Okay, so one strategy to grow investment is called DCA. Have you guys heard of dollar cost averaging? Right. Okay, no worries. I mean, DCA is a very simple strategy, dollar cost averaging, which means every month the person just put in a regular amount And then no need to worry, no need to get emotion even when the market down. Okay, I'll tell you why. Why is that so? Okay, let's say a person invests in a fund, which is a straight line, increase all the line. But in real life investment, unlikely to be a straight line. It doesn't work that way. Okay, let's say 1,000 every month for the rest of 12 months. The 12K, obviously you'll earn a profit, maybe close to 1,004 if everything go up. Okay, compare, let's say, Mr. B, let's say putting the investment, but this is more realistic. $100 price today, maybe next month become 86 and then drop even to 70, like recent US market, China market also impacted for short-term volatility, but it will definitely grow back again into if it's a good investment. So let's say from a U shape, I would say, the person also make, despite the price is dropping, from 12K, it has gained to 15.3K. Why? Because if the price drop, it become Great Singapore Sales, Shopee sales, you can buy in at a much cheaper price. So using this strategy is a very disciplined way. It's about time in the market and not timing the market. Yeah, so it works for many and it works for myself, work for all my value clients as well, to let it grow for mid to long term. Okay, but obviously some, they have a lump sum, let's say a lazy money sitting in the bank, 50K, 30K, 100K or more, and they do not want this money to be eroded by inflation. They can also use lump sum plus a regular dollar cost averaging, let's say 1,000 per month. Okay, by doing so, let's say for next 20 years or so, if it's based on 6% return, you're able to achieve 1 million. So very close to the gap that we're talking about, right? 1.2 million, 3,000 a month, right? Okay, so if you like to have just how the earlier scenario, if you want to have 6,000 a month, just times 2 lah, basically. So you need probably 2.4 million or 3/4 of that. Okay, can be calculated accordingly. So if you're putting into normal savings account or fixed D, let's say based on 1%, you probably get less than half, less than 450K. So everything very safe in the bank, but sad thing, we may not able to retire lah. It's just everything based on a normal savings account. Okay, so some may say investment can have risk. How if investment got risk? Okay, so the answer is very simple. Okay, it's just like we like a plate of chicken rice across the road, but because we are fearful, we don't want to cross the road, we miss out the whole the best chicken rice in town by not crossing the road. However, if we do a calculated risk, if cross our road carefully and based on calculated risk, we get to enjoy the nice chicken rice end of the day by crossing the road. Similarly, for investment, the risk of losing will also reduce as we stay invested longer. Let's say the person only got 1 year time frame to invest. 1 year later must take back everything. Then the risk of losing probably is about 27%. Compared to, let's say, another person have 10 years or more, the risk of losing drop to 4% or even lesser. So this is statistically proven. The longer you can invest, of course, into quality and good investment, you can, chances of growing is much better. Okay, so it's all about time in the market, not timing the market. Because even Warren Buffett, the investment guru himself, cannot time the market, let alone normal investor like us, right? Right. As you can see, wow, there's so many crises, financial crises, like latest COVID. Before that, you had dot-com bubble burst, you had subprime crisis 2007. Okay, but end of the day, what do you see from the graph? It may not be technically a vertical straight line. However, the STI has grown the last 30 years to 30 years or even 40 years. So it's still on the inclination direction. So what does this tell us? So basically, it just simply means if you can stay invested, put into good investment, chances of growing is definitely much better than doing nothing, so to speak. Okay. So just like what the guru Warren Buffett say, when everybody fearful, he become more greedy. He invests. He's investing for mid to long term and into a good portfolio. Okay, so talking about portfolio and also asset allocation, how it works for your investment strategy. So it can be based on your risk profile, risk appetite. So for someone which is maybe very aggressive or aggressive, you can put more into equities, probably 80% equities, 20% bonds. For someone maybe moderate risk in appetite, it can be 60-40 or 50-50 in terms of your asset allocation. Okay, equity is like your shares. It could be unit trust that can potentially grow much higher. Bonds will be like fixed income that is more stable, but return is definitely potentially lesser than equity lah. Maybe give you 3 to 5% that kind of return. Equity can be more lah, can be 6% or 8% or more, depending on the market and the investment that you invested in. Okay, so by doing the asset allocation, okay, the other good thing, you can also use that for rebalancing. Rebalancing means, let's say your original portfolio is 1/4 each into 4 funds. As the market grow, maybe the yellow orange fund become more, then the rest of fund becomes smaller. So this may deviate from your early risk appetite. Let's say you're aggressive, so you may need to adjust back accordingly. So in that sense, it will follow your risk appetite. By rebalancing, it also means, let's say when market pick up, you can have more equity. Market go down, can a bit more bonds, a bit more defensive. Okay, so that works as well to be a bit more active, maybe on a half yearly, quarterly, or yearly basis. There's stay invested if there's a need to do so. Okay, then you may ask, how can you grow your money to have more passive income? So you can retire early or work because you choose to work, not because you have to work, just to pay the bills, just to settle the food on the table, clothes on the back. So beyond that, how can you work because you choose to work? Right, okay, so there are many ways to skin the cat. One option will be like portfolio investment. Okay, so how does this portfolio investment helps to grow your wealth? This is one strategy, one option itself. Okay, you can invest into more curated funds into global investment. Okay, so by the advantage of doing so, you can invest into top companies, even like Microsoft, Bill Gates, Jeff Bezos, Amazon, real richest man, Elon Musk, Tesla, and so on. Right, okay, these are more exclusive funds that not easily available, maybe even in the bank or normal unit trust, but a bit more exclusive. And not only that, you can diversify into countries, big boys like US, Europe, and Asia. So yes, I mean, instead of all investing into Singapore STI, you can diversify. With due respect, Singapore is great, just that we are a small little fine dot after all. We may not able to take advantage big boys like US or other Asia. Just like when what they say, when US catches a cold, when US sneezes, everybody catches a cold. So that is definitely an important part that all these big boys can impact in terms of investment. Okay, so it's always about mid to longer term investment, and based on the risk appetite, you can go into a few funds to create a diversification for you, not putting all eggs into one basket. Okay, just an example, this is one of the champion fund, exclusive fund that I like, putting my own money and with many other value investors as well. Okay. Okay, the fund manager done a very good job for the last 10 years. I wouldn't say it's a guarantee. No investment. If someone tell you guarantee give you 8%, 10%, you may want to think twice, because anything guarantee with rate beyond inflation, that is unlikely so. Okay, but potentially higher, as I shared with you earlier. So let's say even for this investment, black denote this particular fund. Rate will be the stock STI index for the last 10 years. Okay, stock index STI is doing fine, doing well. Average about 7.5%. But this particular fund, champion fund, for example, even outbeat the STI, I would say, doing an amazing job, 18%. Of course, not every year is 18%. It could be 8%, 7% or more, depending on the subject to the market performance. It can be up and down. But let's say on the average, this is the actual historical performance. At least that can beat inflation and beat the low savings interest rate, I would say. Right, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, guys, if you don't mind, just help me to unmute for another 10-15 minutes. Yeah, let me just, so all of you can enjoy the session. Yeah, you can unmute the mic. Thank you. Right, okay, so one of the strategy, one of the plan, using dollar cost averaging. Okay, this is just one of the example. Okay, let's say the person invests into this exclusive portfolio, even for, let's say, 21 years. Okay, myself, I don't mind even putting for 21 years, although I'm not so young, because there's two parts. The yellow part is like 18 months. It's like a saving for us, for savings. After 18 months, 19 months and beyond, I can invest whatever amount. I can also withdraw any amount anytime. So the green part, which cover about 90% of the investment time, I can withdraw to give me the flexibility, or even to take a short break and so it's very flexible. So this option will also give me extra bonuses. Like let's say the person invests 1,000 per month, getting 23%, 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, altogether about 8,000, 3 bonuses. So the bonuses are guaranteed. So these are something additional to on top of the normal investment profit. And thereafter, there'll be some loyalty bonus. So this is the exclusive portfolio that I just shared with you. That can be one of the options. Okay. Another option, let's say some will prefer, okay, maybe low risk, but like to have income for lifetime for the rest of the working life or rest of the lifetime for their golden years. So what is the option? Basically, let's say for this example, the person, let's say, putting 100 grand today, just an example, can be 50 grand, 100K or more, or whatever amount. Okay, let's say 100K, you can get about 3,500 for the rest of the life. Okay, the amount will, the payout will start paying him this passive income after 3 to 4 years. Okay, or even as early as second year, depending what is the quantum, what is the plan. Okay, so for 3,500K, after 3-4 years, get 3,500 for the rest of his life. Maybe at 20 years down the road, okay, Mr. A felt he already collected 50K in the bank as retirement income. You want to encash the lump sum, you can do so. So altogether, you get about 170K projected. Okay, still not too bad, low to about close to 2 times. Or you want to stay longer, another 10 to 20 years, you can grow another, you can receive 120K and cash about 180. So close to about 300K, about 3 times. Okay, for this scenario, if they never withdraw, the amount will snowball. You get even more, let's say 2 to 400K. Okay, for this strategy, it's very interesting. For some, they may even do a premium financing, what they call leveraging, using bank's money to max up the dollar and cents. Just like we buy property, right? Even we may have 1 million on hand. Not everyone will use full cash to pay the loan, because interest rate all-time low, although may rise shortly, but still considered very low during the last 10-20 years. Okay, so with that, by leveraging, the person can get more. So just 30% of down payment, 70% will be covered by maximum by the bank. So anytime you can put back and redeem the financing if you wish to maximize their dollar and cents to create more. Let's say for 100K, he probably get about 350K plan, and he probably get 3 times more, maybe close to 1,000 every month, or 1,000 or more, like rental income for lifetime. Okay, so some they don't mind diversifying beside property. Nothing wrong with property, but as I shared earlier, the stamp duty, which is very whooping high, you can eat into your profit 10-20% or more. And looking for tenants is not bed of roses. Sometimes may have trouble. What if you can't find the tenants? And it's not really passive income 100%. Because sometimes when the tenant having trouble, just like my tenant say, oh, the washing machine spoiled, the lamp something wrong, I have to go down or send somebody go down. So it's not fully passive income per se. So good to diversify into some instrument as well. And this one you need not need 1 million, a huge amount. Can be any amount to help you diversify your assets as part of your investment or retirement tools. Okay, so what are the factors that you need to consider when retire, to be retire early or retire ready? So 5 simple factors. Do you have a paycheck to pay you the day you stop work or the day you decide to semi-retire? And do you have an investment portfolio or dollar cost strategy when we talk about investment to last you throughout your golden years? And are you making your money work harder? Rule 72, how to double your money, okay? And a good plan that meet your investment or risk profile, and even have a combination of paycheck to retirement and through an investment portfolio. So there's no one size fits all. It's based on your appetite, based on your age, based on your investment horizon, and how much you want to receive. So all these are the factors. So 2 simple strategies to achieve financial independence. So very simple. I like to make financial planning very simple, easy to understand. If I tell a 7-year-old kid, if he or she can understand, means I can explain well. So there's no need to be too complicated when you talk about wealth planning, financial planning. So really two simple strategy is, do you have a good income protection plan, preservation plan to protect you as the greatest assets, not your house, not your car, but you yourself is your greatest assets. As you see earlier, as you have seen earlier, if let's say you generate 100K for next 10 years, example, you will earn potentially 1 million, 50K for next 20 years, you also be a millionaire. But what if you fall sick in between or something uncontrollable event? You do have a good income replacement to take care of you and your loved ones. Right. Okay. And secondly, of course, very important to grow your money. Good to have passive income and active income. So it's like going to a battlefield. You need a sword and a shield to win the battle. With a sword, you may win the battle, but without a shield, you also will in deep trouble. So you need to have balance of both. Okay. So to take care of the fundamental, protecting you and your income, also to grow your money at the same time. Right. Okay. How can we achieve financial independence and what we mean by achieving financial freedom, financial independence? So there's a misconception when people say retire, some may say, oh, I don't want to retire. It's so boring or so bored if I stay at home watching TV every day, nothing to do. So when we say achieve financial independence, means you can work because you choose to work. You can do something you enjoy, something you like, but you still have passive income coming in. Do not have to worry the bills and the food on the table, roof over your head anymore. So it can be early financial independence by all means. The earlier, of course, the better. But when you retire, you have enough resources to take care of your future. That would be great as well. Okay, so how can I help you as I come to the end of the session? Okay, so we talk about how to help you improve your financial health, right? No health, no wealth. Similarly, if you do not have a good financial health, in future we also will be struggling. So all of us, we do not want that. So good to have a passive income beside your active income, good to protect your income. So I help all my 800 to 900 clients, and yeah, as we speak, I'm still helping many new clients to plan ahead, to rise to financial independence. Rise meaning R-I-S-E. R is to retire happy, retire ready. So you have a lifetime income, or you have enough resources to take care of you for your golden years, even if you are not well. Even if you have some kids may want to go to tertiary in future, do you have enough education savings for them? Because definitely go to uni doesn't come cheap. So do you want to save now to have more in future, or borrow education loan in future and pay interest? The answer is obvious, right? Okay, and to invest, to grow your money even while you're sleeping. Definitely not to asking you to stop work tomorrow, but continue to work, do what you like to enjoy working. But meanwhile, have a passive income as alternative investment to help you grow your money. So you have more beyond your passive active income. Because passive income can last all the way to your last day. Active income can only last until number of years. And obviously, protecting you as the greatest asset is very important. Be it medical bill, be it income protection if the person ever falls sick, critically ill, and also mortgage protection, biggest item, biggest ticket item. Is this well taken care if anything happened to the person or not well? Last but not least is estate planning. So we have worked so hard. Obviously, you want the fruits of the labor besides going to our own retirement. If anything happened to us, no longer on earth, does these assets go to our loved ones or go to your favorite charity? If you do have any loved ones, you can choose any charity so that everybody, though your favorite charity may remember you or organization, or even your favorite niece or nephew, to leave behind the gift of love for them, or even for your children or grandchildren. Okay, I come to the end of the session. Okay, I'll leave this slide here for a minute or so. Okay, basically, how can I help you? I'll share with you. I'm very happy with no obligation. So now I'm on the mission to help the first 50 value clients or potential clients to achieve financial independence, to retire happy and retire early. So, okay, you can take a snapshot of this, and yeah, we can if my schedule permit, I'm happy to arrange a mutually convenient time with you over the Zoom session. I think Zoom session is good, especially COVID period now. So Zoom session at the comfort of your home or in your office, we can have a short half an hour session or so to understand where you are and to help you achieve where you want to be. I will share with you what is the proven strategy. Because due to interest of time, this 60 minutes, I may not be able to share everything under the sun. And also I'm not able to tailor-make according to your needs, your financial needs accordingly, because it's very individual, different folks, different stroke. So it'll be good if we can arrange a mutually convenient session. No obligation. End of the day, I'll see how I can help you, and then hopefully can help you and ideally help you achieve financial independence. End of the day. Right. Okay. Any questions that you like? Okay, we still got about 5 minutes. Any questions you can type in the chat box? Yeah, I'll see how I can help you and answer your question. Doesn't work on STI ETF. Yes, Bill. That's pretty true in that sense. Yeah. So I wouldn't say one investment is best for everything. If you're talking about dollar cost averaging, right? Yeah, it's not all investment can use dollar cost averaging, but typically yes. Okay, so let's say for certain funds using dollar cost averaging, it works. STI index ETF, because Singapore STIs is after all is just one country based, may not be established as compared to US ETF and so on. But having said that, doesn't mean ETF is the best investment of all. It can be one of investment if you like, but may not be the best investment of all. There are some funds of investment that I share with you, even like the Fund Smith earlier, can even outbeat the STI and outbeat the global stock index over time, over mid to long term. Okay, so basically, no need to put all your eggs into one basket, but based on your comfortable risk profile, your investment horizon, yeah, so then it's good to tailor make a solution accordingly. Some may prefer a guaranteed retirement income, some don't mind potentially higher investment. And yeah, so there's many ways to skin the cat, many ways to grow your wealth, and not neglecting to protect your income because you are your greatest assets. So nobody can replace you. If anything happen, touch wood, not able to work, yeah, good to have a BCP backup plan. Okay, even for us that drive, we need car insurance. Let alone we ourselves is much more valuable than our car or even than our bike or bicycle, right? Yeah, so that's the thing. Okay, hope that answer your question. Any other question, guys, that you'd like to ask me for the next 1 to 2 minutes? Okay, so many were asking, okay, I have a CPF, I have CPF life. Is it enough to take care of our retirement? Okay, so the answer is even the economists, the best professor out there share that CPF alone may not be sufficient to take care of our retirement. So let's say based on CPF currently, I believe about 191K, the minimum sum. If you have that, maybe have about 1,400, 1,500 per month average when you reach 65. But as y'all shared, some of you want 3K, some of you want 2.5, and the 2.5, 3K 20 years down the road, which means close to 5,000. Based on 1,500 is definitely not sufficient. I would say based on very basic lifestyle alone. Definitely no traveling, may not able to enjoy a lot of your hobbies, very basic necessity. So some of you work really hard, maybe want to enjoy more for the fruit of your labor. So good to make your money work harder as well. So you can enjoy more for your golden years, besides working hard. Yeah, so definitely good to plan ahead. No one plan to fail, but fail to plan. Yeah, that's the whole idea. Okay. Any other question from the floor? Okay, I assume you have taken down the snapshot. Okay, let me just okay, of my contact. You can just scan the code. I can arrange with me and my team at a mutually convenient time. No obligation. We'll see if we fit into each other's schedule. Definitely happy to have a short Zoom session with you, understand where you are, helping where you want to be, end of the day. So many of them have enjoyed the whole session that met up with me, even through this consultation. through the Zoom session. Right. Okay. Any last question from the floor? Okay. If not, I'll end the session here. Time now is about 1:30, just nice on the dot. Okay. If I would like to wish all of you a very happy new year, a great 2022 ahead, good health, great wealth, and also great happiness as well. So look forward as well. If those that like to do well, no obligation, we can have a short discussion over Zoom, mutually convenient time. Okay, wishing you all the best and every success. Have a great day ahead, everybody. Thank you, everyone. Most welcome, Lee. Most welcome, Kuma. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoy the session. Thank you very much. Thanks for your attendance and thanks for having me. Thanks again, Julian and team, for having me as well to share with the folks from LTA. Hope you will take away some useful information and useful idea as well. You are most welcome, Yitong. Okay, thank you.